This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. Yeah, I guess that'll be for later. Yeah, I look like an alien sitting here with my... Unfortunately, it's not much better. Yeah, I feel so... I just hate this because it's like you do everything and then things feel pretty good and then you stand up and then bam, your neck starts killing you again. And then it shoots through your hand, your fingers become numb, your triceps don't work, your shoulder, you know, it's just... So I don't know when I can get back to some sort of a normal daily anything until I get some sort of shots or something. But anyways, I'm going to try to do this. I'm keeping my one arm still and, you know, just kind of leaning to the side. You know, it's like I want to do my show, you know, it's like, so it probably won't be as long as normal, that's for damn. No, do not bring up chiropractor, okay? My God. Everyone's like, yeah, go to a chiropractor. Those people are the ones that screw people's necks up, okay? That's right. Yeah, if I went to a chiropractor right now, I'd probably lose feeling in my arm forever, okay? Because they would go, oh yeah, watch this one. You know, it just... I mean, there's no way in hell I'd go to a chiropractor at this point. Just letting you know. Hey, thanks, Cairo and Kit Kat. She's surfing. Wow, thanks, Sarita. Little cat eye donation there right off the bat. Yeah, there's a crystal, just like Sassmare brought up Crystal Rogers the other day, and they found some remains in the general area, and they've contacted the family. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Then suffer. What a mean, stupid comment. Listen, the chiropractor isn't going to be able to fix what I have, okay, idiot? I already went through and explained it to you. It's a narrowing of the opening of my spine out to my arms. God, what an idiot I tell you. Then suffer. Well, screw you, Tracy. Go do something else. Hey, wow, thanks, Emily Flotilla. That was amazing. Wow. Oh, my wife says thank you to everybody for being so nice. Sending me that basket. Why would somebody... no, I'm not getting any relief at this point. I mean, the relief I get is when I'm laying down on my left side with my head propped up, and it sort of opens up those vertebrae to give the nerve roots a moment to relax, okay? Maybe I'll just put the person on timeout. There you go. There we go. Maybe they just didn't realize how idiotic they were. Wow, thanks to Tracy, Emily Flotilla, Linda Howe, Randy B, Allison R, Sarita, Kit Kat, Kyra, and Chrissy Paradis. Yeah, surfing the Freak Heart wave. Alright. Yeah, it's the case where Crystal Rogers' dad who had an entire, like, portfolio of the case. He was basically shot by a sniper in a field. It's crazy. Yeah, I hope I'm feeling better too, Katie, but, you know, I don't know. I had this one time and it was 3 months long. And that's when they said, well, you might need surgery someday. And I kind of went 6 years, and then I had another bout, but it wasn't quite as long. And now this one feels like the original one. And it was like, you know, I slowly lost use of some, like a little bit of the tricep muscle. It kind of sucks. So I probably should have gone in a long time ago. It's just so weird that somebody would come in and say, yeah, get a chiropractor. And I say, oh, there's the last person in the world I would go for something like this. Then suffer! You're wrong! I mean, what a joke. Yeah, chiropractors are probably good when you're a healthy person or you have a little bit of stiffness and something's kind of out of line. That's not what I have here. It's arthritis in the I guess they're called like foramen, you know, the little openings there, and there's little things that are like a little bit of bone has sort of been created that sort of protrudes into there too, and it's a freaking nightmare. Okay, so was the music loud? Okay. That's hilarious. Hey, sorry about that. You know what's funny is my headphones can't even go onto my head because I've got this big blow up thing on my head, lifting my head up. So I had it up on my top of my head, and I didn't even realize that that it was still loud because I can't hear it very good. Oh man, that's pretty funny. I have to admit. Okay, is that better now? How about just a little, like right there? I can't hear that at all, but... yeah. So, anyways, that was pretty funny. Oh, wow. Geez, thanks, Miss Skiss. You got me the basket, too. They're so nice. I mean, that's just... see that? What do you call it? The generous freaks right there. Oh, thank you guys, everybody. All right. So apparently they found some skeletal remains, or they obviously think they're human because they've actually contacted the family members. Okay, so let's let me play this.
We have just learned the family of missing Bardstown woman Crystal Rogers has been notified after possible human remains were discovered near Nelson County. Good evening and thanks for joining us at 6:30. I'm Paulina Butska. According to the police, the discovery was near the border of Nelson and Washington County. Sources close to the case tell us it's a location near where she was last seen alive in July of 2015. Police say that they became aware of the remains on Thursday and called in the FBI evidence response team on Friday due to the difficult to reach location. Right now, those possible human remains are on the way to the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia for testing. The mother of 5 was last seen alive 5 years ago this month after her boyfriend Brooks Hawk at her boyfriend's family farm. Hawk told police when they went to bed she was there, and when he woke up she was gone. Months after the disappearance, the Nelson County Sheriff's Department named Hawk as the main suspect in the case, but he was never charged. The Sheriff's Department says that they will not be commenting any further until they receive results from the lab.
Yeah. So we've covered this quite a few times back in the day when it was bigger. You know, remember there was a podcast or something on it, or some sort of a show on TV. I can't remember, but we covered it back then. Let's see. What's interesting though is they keep mentioning these counties, but I don't see the border right where they're saying they see the border. They have the border going up like this in that picture that they used, and I don't see it there at all. But this is Nelson County right here, and it looks like Nelson County comes all the way down like this. But they had what they drew goes right here like this, as if there's a border right there, and unless it's changed, that's not where it is. Can you guys even hear me at all? The thing is I can't even wear my monitoring headsets to even know what I sound like. Okay, well maybe we'll get back to this a little bit later. I wanted to play you guys earlier today. There was this missing persons case, and I wasn't going to play it because they were still investigating it. But this person put out from Indiana, and her name is let me see. Hold on. Hannah Potts. Okay, and she did kind of something very similar to Madison Bell. Okay, just a ridiculous thing. But now I want to play it because I thought it was so disgusting what she did. Okay, and this is where racism does exist, for sure. It's like literally, this is the kind of thing where just listen to what she's claiming here. So everybody was looking for her. I talked to the brother, but I thought things seemed kind of fishy in this one right off the get-go.
Hello? Mom, if you can hear me, please say something. I really need to hear your voice. Something's happened.
I just said Hannah Potts.
I was out.
It's bullshit.
Taking those pictures of animals. And this guy came out of nowhere. It was the same guy I saw yesterday morning in the maroon car.
Maroon car.
He grabbed me and he pushed me into the trunk.
Pushed me into the trunk.
Oh God.
She sounds a lot like Carly Gousset's stepmom, the way she talks.
Okay, think, Hannah, think. He's black. He's about Jerry's height. The Jerry I work with. And,
yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't even know if I need to play it all, but she made it all. It was all bullshit. And the thing is, a lot of us were saying, because what she says at the end. She does this 3-minute video, or it's actually a little bit longer, and then she uploads it to Facebook and telling her mom to call the police. But at the same time, see, this is one of those ones where you really could say, why didn't she call the police? See, it's not like the other case where the guy's dying and he calls his dad. Okay, I totally get why he called his dad. All right, this is a different one, and that one, the crime's in action. It's moving on, and she doesn't call police. So I was like, and then anybody who was questioning that in this case, were just absolutely ostracized on the Facebook pages. But it turns out that she was found and completely unharmed, and it was all just bullshit. So now you wonder, wow, so you were doing the whole he's black and all this stuff. It makes you seem like you're a racist at that point. Ooh, you're trying to make it seem like a scary black person. It's like, you're a joke of a person, Hannah. I don't even care what your little story is behind it, what led up to your shit, but it's people like you that keep problems going. It's an embarrassment. Okay. Now, what I did think was cool was that the sister, her sister actually wrote this. As news is getting out there about Hannah being found, I need to make a public statement addressing it. I publicly disown nor want nothing to do with my sister going forward. She is dead to me. I hope she is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. My family feel extremely embarrassed and hurt by her actions and the fact she tried pinning this on a person of color. See, that's interesting. I mean, I was actually saying that prior when I actually spoke to her brother on the phone and discussed that. I pray no black man with a maroon-colored car was targeted due to her blatant lie. She has caused so much grief to my family and others, and for that, shame on you, Hannah. You made my 6-year-old son cry thinking something bad happened. My 6-year-old baby that loved you so much. F you, you psychopath. See, it's great to see a family member, not still sticking up saying, well, give us our privacy. I have no words. I just feel like I owe the public an apology. I'm so angry and embarrassed. I'm just so effing sorry. Everyone, so effing sorry. Yeah, I mean, the FBI offered help and everything. Okay, hold on. I gotta take a break. I gotta readjust this stupid. Okay, this one says, this is Brittany, Diana's daughter. This is a statement from my parents addressing the Hannah situation. In light of recent events, as the public is becoming more aware, Hannah has been planning this for a while and wishes not to have any contact with our family. See, now it sounds like the Madison Bell. Nor disclose her current location. She is healthy and alive. We do not in any way condone or understand her actions. We are completely heartbroken and embarrassed. We pray that no black man with a maroon-colored car, sounds very similar to the other person, was targeted due to this lie she told in the video. There are no words. I thought we raised her better than this. The last few days have been horrible. We thought our daughter was in danger, or even worse, dead. We never thought she could do this to us. We offer our most sincere apology to the public and those that aided in searching and helping during this difficult time. The grief she has caused so many people, we are truly sorry for her actions. See, I think that's awesome, to have truthful speaking family members, okay? Because, Hannah, you're an embarrassment, okay? And that's just, I don't even care what was going. Here's the thing. Good for you if you got away if there was some crazy abuse going on. But the fact that you tried to pin it on a black person in a maroon vehicle makes you just a joke, okay? And there's no forgiveness on that one. Sorry, you'll have to try to spend the rest of your life trying to make something better. I was probably really loud right there. I just realized I had the audio turned up to maximum. I can't monitor anything at this point. Sorry. Yeah, well, it's not an identical twin. I talked to the brother on the phone. It was they're just fraternal twins. 2 different eggs. They don't look anything alike. Okay. Now here's another story that seems, I don't know what's going on in this one at this point, but it's, you know, it's interesting in a few different ways. Have you seen them? Angela and Alexis Jolley disappeared sometime after 11:30 p.m. Wednesday night. The mom and daughter were last seen at their St. Pete home. The dogs are also missing. If you have any info, call 727-893-7780. Hey, thanks, Kit Kat. Family and friends say the disappearance is highly unusual for Angela and Alexis Jolley. Their 2 dogs are also missing. Police say Alexis did not show up for work the next day, and both of their cell phones were found inside the house. So it's really kind of a weird one, because this car right here is missing. The mother and daughter are missing. Both of their phones are at home, but both their dogs are gone too. And they would normally walk their dogs in a park near here. Or near here doesn't mean anything to you because I haven't showed you. But yeah, so this is in Florida. So apparently this is the home right here. Right there. I mean, that's the home that I found. And it's very close to a park that they say they normally would walk the dogs at. But who would leave the house at 11:30 to walk the dogs? Right? I mean, it just seems weird to, at 11:30, walk the dogs, but neither of you bring your cell phone. I mean, this could be like a whole bunch of different scenarios. A suicide pact, but then why would you kill the dogs, I guess? Or, you know, probably the more likely thing is they just drove into the water somehow, accidentally. But I don't know. It just seems, it's a weird one, to be honest with you. Yeah, but why wouldn't you bring your phone? And yeah, I mean, I guess you could, you know, one thing you could look at was that they're trying to escape somebody. And they brought the dogs with them, and they didn't bring their phones, so that whoever, maybe they had a really controlling type guy that would always, you know, figured out how to track them, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, it could be, there's like 1,000 different things, but they're just totally, completely missing at this point. I guess these are the dogs right here. I don't think it's possible that no one has any information. Somebody has to have seen something, heard something, seen the dogs, seen the car. Alexis' sister, Desiree Cook, expressed. Family and friends gathered at Raymond Nary Community Park, where Angela and Alexis would typically walk their dogs into the evening on Sunday to help search for the pair. Last communication we had with her was Wednesday, because she was texting my wife, who's Horton? Yeah. Because we were supposed to keep one of the dogs while they went to Maine. They were supposed to go to Maine on Tuesday, Horton said. Let's see, last communication we had with them was on Wednesday, because she texted my wife because we were supposed to keep one of the dogs while they went to Maine. They were supposed to go to Maine on Tuesday. We were there when Lexi was born. We've seen her grow up. You know, what does that have to do with this part here, though? They were supposed to go to Maine on Tuesday. So it's weird, because they're supposed to go to Maine on Tuesday, and these people were supposed to take care of the dog, but they're still around on Wednesday. I mean, what was said in that text message would be pretty important, I would think. We're supposed to keep... Who's Horton? Okay, let me just try to find who. Okay, family friend Craig Horton just saw them last weekend. Okay. And see, there's 11:30 p.m. Wednesday night. So they're supposed to go to Maine on Tuesday, and they still haven't left. So that's kind of a weird part of the story there, right? Last communication we had, this is the friend, was Wednesday, because she was texting my wife because we were supposed to keep one of the dogs while they went to Maine. They were supposed to go to Maine on Tuesday. Well, maybe that means the following Tuesday, because he saw them last week. I see. So she, okay, maybe it's something like that. So maybe it's Wednesday, and then the following Tuesday, they were supposed to go to Maine. But why wouldn't they, if they were going to go to Maine, you'd bring your phone, right? Where do you hear that one, Chronic Reader? I don't have that updated information. News is over? What does that mean, news is over? Okay, so the grandfather lived there too, and then he heard, then the next morning leaving at 6 a.m., daughter was driving her mom to work. Well, why were the dogs in the car then? Why would the dogs be in the car to drive the mom to work? So she could walk the dogs on the way back or something? Or what are you guys talking about? Yeah, well, let's just talk about this case right now, Tammy. Well, maybe the dogs are probably, maybe she was going to take them to the park. You know, the dogs to the park after dropping the mom off at work. So it could just be that her car flew into one of these waterways somewhere. Thanks, Kim F. Sharp. Well, it could just be, you know, it's 6 in the morning, the dogs hadn't gone to the bathroom yet, so they were going to drive the dogs to the park first and take her to work, or take her to work, then take the dogs to the park and then go back home. That kind of makes some sense to me. Yeah, so, I mean, look at all the water out here. I mean, this is Florida, right? There's ponds everywhere, just... We've been seeing more and more of that lately, where cars just end up driving down a road and they weren't paying attention and fly into the water to remain there for years until somebody just stumbles upon them. Yeah, well, if they're deep enough, you can't find them. Remember that, I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, we had that case with those 2 girls that went flying through the intersection, right? Well, the cop was right there. He didn't see them. Thank you, Daudio Caspian Horses Rock. That was 11:30 p.m. at night is when the last sighting, but the person in the chat here is saying that the grandfather heard them the next morning. Yeah. Do you live there, Chronic Reader? Miraculously, or... I don't know if you ever watched my channel or not, but you look familiar. The name, anyway. Now, the car's missing, as we've stated. Yeah, I mean, this is the park, right? And it could be right there in the lake, and you'd never be able to see it, you know? And maybe there aren't skid marks. Just like, again, in that other case that we just covered. There was no skid marks. But I'm pretty sure that, I mean, that's the park that they're talking about, Neri Community Park, and this is where a home is located, and that seems like that would make sense. You know, maybe it's somewhere else now, but that's a home that her name came up under, right in that area right there. Six in the morning, Tammy. Just read some of the comments that Chronic Reader's making. Okay, so the mom works at the VA hospital. See you later, Amy. I'm gonna be cranky because I'm not. I got pain. It's impossible for me. Ask my wife. When I have pain, I'm not a joyous person. Yeah, especially when it just keeps going and going and going. But if I have my head turned this way, it works all right. Oh, by the way, I talked to Kelsey today. I just called her up randomly because there was some, I hadn't talked to her in a while. We talked for like 25 minutes. She's doing really well. She's, took a break here, kind of left all the different Facebook groups and so forth that she was in. She just got really tired of all the really mean people that attack her over and over again. And I said, you know what, you should make a video and let people know how horrible that is. Because if she doesn't say everything exactly the same every single freaking time she says it, people just blast her into oblivion. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, she was freaking like, what was she, 16 at the time? I mean, come on, give her a break. Anyways, when she gets back up and going again, I'll try to help her, promote whatever the hell she's doing. Yeah, I that's the thing is, there's some really good stuff that goes on Web Sleuths and hell, even some Reddit places here and there. But most of the people have ill will. I don't buy this stuff. Hey, most people when they're on those sites, have goodwill and good intentions. No, they don't. They have intentions to prove what they believe is true. Come hell or high water. And they'll make up a story. I think it's more like 20% of the people that literally look into cases are trying to be helpful. Okay? The rest of them, you can forget that. Hey, thanks, Diana. Well, I wish donations. Listen, I'll tell you what, if donations made my pain go away, I'd feel like a butterfly, because you guys are so generous, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know why I said butterfly, but, something like that, does anybody really believe that the majority of people, just go follow a case like the one today. This girl goes missing. About 4 groups popped up really quick because they wanted to be the first one. Everybody was watermarking the videos. And everybody in there was just like this big click crap full of nonsense. And nobody cared about anything other than just, sort of the social morality police angle of it. It's unreal. Thank you, Daudio, Caspian Horses Rock. Alright, yeah, so we got that. So I don't know what's going on in this one. It seems to... It's just kind of a weird riddle. The part with both of their phones being at home. If one of their phones was at home, it wouldn't be so weird, but both of them? I mean, why would the mom leave her phone at home if she's being driven to work? See, I don't know. We'll have to... Who knows what the grandfather really heard, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as my pain, it's really the same every single day. It doesn't really... There's moments where if I lay a certain way, it feels pretty good. But hopefully we get the ball rolling tomorrow on some stuff. I'm going to have a second opinion. I'm sure they'll have the same opinion, but might go up to Seattle instead, get something done up there. Well, I thought earlier maybe it could be like a suicide pact, but I mean, I don't know anything about him. It just seems odd. And why would they, you know, again, like Ada was saying earlier, like, why would you kill your dogs in a suicide pact? And they didn't bring their phones. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing. Yeah, I mean, we've gone over this a million times. Anytime the phones are left at home, it usually means something, but the car's missing, the dogs are gone. That's another weird thing. I mean, if somebody came over to kidnap them, would they take the dogs? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that is a thing. Thanks, Miss Angels. Yeah, I hope I feel... I mean, mentally I feel normal. I just... You know, it's hard to hold my head up, you know? Like, I kind of need to hold my head up to do the show, you know? I have to wear this blow-up thing so that the weight of my head doesn't press down on my spine. But apparently if I just get a chiropractor, everything's fixed. Yeah, I mean, you go to work without your phone, and then the daughter leaves her phone at home, and then the dogs are missing. See, this is what's interesting. I mean, you know, we try to speculate reasonably on facts, so you got to come up with scenarios that make sense, and it could literally be that they just both forgot their phones, you know, but it's very unusual to do that. I have an inversion table. That doesn't help out my neck. It's been helping out my back, though, a little bit. This neck thing is something different. It's like arthritis in the neck, narrowing the openings, and then these little sort of spurs of form. Yeah, it's just really messed up. Yeah, the chiropractor fun. Chiropractor. Alright, so I'm going to switch it over now. You guys can call in and talk about some of these. We got the Crystal Rogers case as well, right? Yeah, so come up and call in about whatever you're thinking about this one. Christina Kubitschek, can I read your story that you told? Well, thanks, Jen H. Okay. Alright, so here it says, I didn't make the call in tonight to share, so thought I'd email you my true crime story. When I was in 4th grade, my best friend Claire lived up the block from me. She moved to my neighborhood in the 2nd grade, and we spent almost every day together. Her mom was recently divorced, and she still used their babysitter, Lori, from the town they moved. Hey, thanks, Booze. Claire would tell me about her strange babysitter, Lori, and how Claire got in trouble because Lori told her mom it was Claire who knifed up the couch and destroyed the walls. Her mom finally stopped using Lori. Then one day, we were in school just finishing lunch and looking forward to going outside for recess. The principal came in and announced that recess would be held inside because there was new lawn fertilizer we couldn't walk on. It didn't take long for us to realize that was not the real reason we couldn't go outside. In fact, after school, we were not to leave school until our parents came to get us. Word got out that Lori, the babysitter, Lori Dan actually, was on the loose after she caused a school shooting that day. I mean, she was actually the shooter. I don't know why the word caused there, but she was probably the first documented school shooter. Lori was mentally ill and eventually took her own life the day. I'll attach an article. Then fast forward several years later when I'm in college, I was talking to a guy next to me when he asked me if I had ever heard of Lori Dan. I told him I did, and he explained that he was one of the boys Lori shot in the school that day when he was in the bathroom. It's crazy. So maybe one of these days we'll take a look at that case. It's pretty crazy. A female school shooter. You don't see that too often. But there you go. All right, I'm going to answer. So that's a good one there, Christina. I'll look it up at some point. Yeah. All right, 502. You're on.
Hey, Gray and Frakes. This is Fiber Sleuth.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I'm calling in to talk about Crystal Rogers, and maybe I can walk you through the map if you'd like.
Oh, I've covered that case many times, yeah. When you say walk me through the map, what do you mean? Like,
well, you were looking like for the county lines and whatever, and I was going to show you like where they really run in relation to like where the farm is and where just kind of the location.
Yeah, but you can see the outlines right here. See, well, hold on, let me see. In green, these are the county lines right here. I don't know if they've changed over time, but see right there? I don't know if you can see my screen, but this green, the green there.
Okay, so
is the county.
Stop where you're at. Okay, the farthest red mark you've got down there that says farm.
Yeah.
Just to the right of that is a river and the county line, and they're thinking that she was found right down in that area. Like, yeah.
Oh, down in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's weird because this farm isn't this their farm?
It's the family farm, yes.
Is it the Hope family or her family?
The Hope family.
Right. See, isn't that weird? It's so close to where they were. Right?
Yeah.
So right in this area, you think?
Yes, down by the river. Somewhere in there, yeah. That's where the worst terrain is. And that's what rumor here in town from the family is, that it was very near the farm.
That's interesting. So I remember how they were driving up in the... Like they went home. I can't remember all the details, but they had gone home. Like the brothers met there and they went somewhere up in the mountains or some shit like that. I don't know. On their property.
Well, yeah, on their property. And then a lot of, for a while the thought was that she was buried on the farm because for 2 days, the day before and the day after she was actually reported missing, he was doing dozer work on the farm for 2 solid days. And everybody figured that he, just kind of buried her on the farm.
Mm-hmm. So they're thinking maybe right around in this area by the river? Right there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's really, really rough terrain down in there. They probably thought nobody would ever be down in there.
Yeah, it's so close, though. It's within, 5-10 miles of that farm. Interesting. Yeah, I have it all mapped.
Yeah, the only place that Nelson and Washington counties meet is in between, basically, the top right red marker that you've got up there. Out the BG a little bit, where Jason Ellis was found, and the family farm is pretty much a straight line for the county line. So it's the only section of the river that it could be in.
So did they say it was near the river? I didn't read that part where it said it was near a river.
No, but the river is pretty much the county line down there, and that's the rough terrain in between the farm and the county.
Oh, I see. This river, this county here. So there's another county right here. There's 3 counties right here. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, Washington, Marion, and Nelson.
Okay, and what did they say? Let me see that article again. It said, let me play it again.
It says the Washington Nelson County line.
Okay, and then which one is this one right here?
Washington, and now you're in Marion.
And this one is Nelson here?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Washington and Nelson. So,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so they use the river down there, but then they don't here. It's just some arbitrary line,
Yep.
Just goes way down there, but crazy. I bet you there's a pretty decent chance. I don't think they would have contacted the family if they didn't think there was a decent chance that was hers. I guess they contacted other family. Go ahead. What was that?
I was going to say, and the fact that they sent the remains off to Quantico tells you that the remains have been out there for a while.
Yeah. That's true. That'd be 5 years. Let's see. I wonder how they were found. Has that been discussed?
No, I haven't heard any talk about how they were found yet.
Let me guess, a mushroom hunter.
No.
Well, come on. They're almost always, those people find bodies all the time. What are you talking about? Yeah.
If I had to guess, I'd say it was somebody that was floating the river.
Yeah, you think the bodies were in the river?
Not in it, but that would be my guess, is how somebody found it. Either that or somebody was out there just looking, because I think Brooks and Nick are probably the 2 most hated people in Nelson County, and everybody is watching them.
Well, it seems like it was so obvious just based on circumstantial evidence. Remember how the brother called, I think, Brooke, while he was being interrogated, and he's an officer, and told him, hey, don't say anything. Then he gets interrogated. It was stupid. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick called Brooks during the interrogation, right. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those cases where everybody knows what happened. It's a matter of finding the proof.
Yeah, wasn't she leaving him or something like that?
She was.
Right.
And the local stories are that the 2 brothers had something to do with the execution of Officer Jason Ellis.
Yeah.
Crystal was dating Brooks at that time, and they were breaking up, and she knew too much.
Mm-hmm. And then that officer maybe he knew some stuff too.
He was he was canine officer on the drug task force.
Right.
And yes.
Yeah, I have him all mapped out too on that.
The year before Crystal died, Brooks also ran for sheriff. His brother was on the Bardstown Police Department, and Brooks ran for sheriff. They wanted control of both police departments.
Yeah. And this is where I got him right here on Google Earth. This is where he was ambushed.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and where it's at, you can't see it either from the top or the bottom.
Yeah, it's just a classic ambush.
Really sharp curve.
It's like a military situation where elevated position, down below. Maybe you even had people on both sides. I mean, who knows? Yeah. And they threw branches in the road. He stopped to clear it, and then boom, he's executed. Really crazy stuff.
Yeah, and he wasn't even in his normal vehicle, so they knew what hours he was working. They knew what he was driving.
Yep.
His normal vehicle was in the shop, and that's why he didn't have his dog with him.
They just probably knew that the officer taking this exit to go home is going to be the... Because I think that's how he would have done it. I think. He lived over here,
Right, he
though.
would have gone down the BG. Yes,
Yeah.
he would have gone down the BG, the Bluegrass Parkway. We call it the BG. He would have gone down to his Bloomfield exit, gotten off, and gone north.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well. Awesome.
And that's all I've got. I'll keep you updated as soon as I hear any more chatter.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right,
Bye.
have a good one. See you. All right, 919.
Hey, Gray, it's Chrissy Paradis. How are you?
Hey,
You
hanging
feeling
in
okay?
there. Yeah, about as good as I can, I guess. What's
I'm
going
not
on?
even going to say the C word in terms of your rehabilitation.
Yeah,
But
don't do it.
I did see an article that was an ABC. It was the ABC affiliate. I did send it over to your email. It said that with the police, they were made aware of the remains on Thursday, which kind of led me to believe that somebody talked. And I do remember the vandalization and taking down signs that was being done by Brooks's new girlfriend before Crystal's father was shot. I didn't know if they were still together or not, but that was just another thought. And another detail that was in the article had said that they had to call the FBI's evidence response team because of the hard to access location, which again, I feel like that's a little bit more than we knew, but it seems, I'm trying not to speculate, but it, like you said, it feels like all the puzzle pieces are there. And at least for a circumstantial case, against Brooks, I feel like that would be a pretty strong case. I'm just wondering if there was somebody that came forward and said something, because for the police to be made aware years later of a very specific location, it just seems odd to me. I didn't know what your thoughts were.
Well, maybe the bones were found and the police were made aware of it. Or are you saying the police just... I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh, no, I was just saying if somebody had told the police because it sounds like it's a pretty specific location, because they had to call the extra, they had to call their, the FBI to get to this difficult, it was a quote, difficult to reach location. So it sounds like they almost had a map, with we're going to have to go in here. So it kind of made me think that there was a tip of some sort. So yeah.
Well, I guess, but somebody could have been out there and saw what they thought were bones, and then called the police and said, "Hey, we saw bones right around in this area. Why don't you go out and..." Right?
It just feels weird. I don't know that they would. I don't want to say that they would be that sloppy, because that's a terrible thing to say. But it seems like a lot of this was very premeditated and, you know, pretty like thorough, and it's been so long. It just strikes me as odd, but it's sad news. I think either way, it probably brings up a lot for the family and everything. So, but
well, I think they'd be happy.
you.
I think they'd be happy to get, even if it, you know, like, I don't think any of them believe whatsoever that she's alive. There isn't even that slight hope, you know. So in this case, I think it's good news for all of them. I think they'd be happy.
Just some closure.
No, that doesn't exist. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, like some resolution.
Yeah,
I
to
guess,
have some sort of an answer. Yeah, an answer for where she is, and they can put her to rest now.
There's no closure, and there's children and everything too. So you're right.
I always try to say that a lot. Oh my God, I gotta correct everybody. Oh God, here we go.
Thank you for real for coming on, and the pain that you're in. You're the man. We appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, I feel like I gotta come on. I gotta do it. You guys keep me going. You know.
That commitment is just it's unparalleled. So yeah, this freak fam appreciates you.
Well, there might be a time when I get this surgery. I don't know. You know, I don't know if they say, hey, for 3 days you got to do this or that, but that'll be the time when I literally am probably not doing a show, you know, but...
Well, for 3 days, we're all going to be, like, rewatching, you know, all the older shows and everything. Just kind of, like, you know, bone up, get ready.
Maybe I'll just re-upload lives.
For your comeback. Hey, you can do, just, like, stream, like, you know, live stream, just the old one.
I'm trying to figure out a way where I can be laying on my bed with my laptop and then sort of have a mic and just do call-in shows for that period of time or something. I don't know.
Ooh, I'll send that the producer and me just like kicked in. I'm gonna shoot you an email about that.
About what?
I do have about that the technical like setup. I think that there is a way that you could do that.
Well, I know there is. I've got it all sitting here. I just need the little.
I was just thinking like.
I just need the little stand for it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, I mean, either way, we're gonna still be here.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in.
Thank you. Of course. Holla.
All right. Have a good one. Holla. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, I think I could deal with pain if I knew that the pain was helping something, right? Like I would even then take. Here's what my philosophy is. Like they give me oxycodone, right? I haven't taken any yet because it's weird, right? Because you're taking this drug and it makes you feel good, and then you start moving around in a way that you shouldn't be moving around, and then it's damaging something it's already damaged. But if they fixed it and I was in pain because things are healing, I think, you know, in that case I'd feel totally different about pain medicine or something. I don't know. That's just kind of how I do it. Oh, I'm not taking any of that shit. I have it. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't know if my brain, you know, I would react. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really want to do it. Yeah, I'll just suck it up. Does it really make you barf your head off, Christina? I mean, your head literally falls off? Rolling on the floor laughing my ass off. Anyways, that case earlier really pissed me off. You know, it just, you know, it was weird too, because remember that one case where that guy, he killed that little 4-year-old girl and then he blamed it on Mexicans? You know, it's just sort of weird, you know. It's sort of that, there's that built-in racism shit right there. See, that is a real thing right there. I think a lot of the other stuff is just way... yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going to take oxycodone unless I'm literally have to, alright? So you don't need to keep telling me, like, different ways to do it. I have it, because I was thinking maybe I'll need it, but I feel like I can, you know, this neck brace lifts my head enough where it sucks, because let's say I'm laying down, right? My fingers and arms start feeling better. Then as soon as I sit up, even with the brace on, slowly my finger gets more and more numb and my arm gets more and more sore. So it's kind of like, it's a slow, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't want to just keep... yeah, Sarita, have somebody call in. I don't want to keep talking about my... gravy? It was weird when they gave me an IV and then they gave me a drug, how quickly you feel like, oh, they gave me a drug so that I could get my MRI done and not really care about the pain, so I wouldn't move around a lot. I don't know when it is. But there's no scheduled surgery at this point. They said I need surgery, and I'm getting a second opinion. And we'll just sort of see how, you know. I want a really good surgeon, though. Like somebody that's known for being good. No, that's cool, Juju Positive. I'm just talking about, you know, taking a half here, that, you know. I don't know. I hope I don't get to the point where I feel like I need to take some of that. Well, it's going to be the UW Medical School, you know, the hospital up there, University of Washington. I guess they have like 3 really, you know, quote, superb, you know, neurologists up there, or neurosurgeons. And one of them's going to contact me, and they're going to get my MRI. We're going to go over the damn thing. Yeah, I don't listen to podcasts, so no problem there. Hey, thanks, Raven. Yeah, I wasn't even speaking to you up there earlier, Juju Positive. I was just reading about 100 comments about the how much to take of the oxycodone. I don't know. I'm just going to go to whoever my brother says, okay, that's a good one. That's it. That's the benefit of having family members that are doctors, is they can figure out and actually get an answer of who's really good. A regular person, it's hard to actually get an answer, you know? I mean, how do you do it? You call up and you call the hospital, hey, is this guy any good? No, he sucks. He just works here. I mean, they're not gonna, the only way to get the truth is by knowing a doctor who knows who to ask to get an actual opinion. You know, it'd be neat if there was a non-biased sort of medical place that people could go, you know, and get an actual answer. But it just, I can't imagine that ever working, to be honest with you. Yeah, Chris is doing all better, basically. She just takes a little bit of an aspirin every day. And by the way, Zozo saying partner means husband or boyfriend, okay? Yeah, I don't know. Nobody's calling in. Well, here's the thing: is I don't think there's very many neurosurgeons that suck. You know, like that's hard to become one of those people, right? It would still just be good to have the best one. You know, one of the best ones. But I think almost every neurosurgeon's probably really good at what they do, right? It's not like you can go to some quackery school and become, oh, you're a neurosurgeon. Okay, great. No, well, that wouldn't work, LDOT, because that's not what my problem is. I've already explained it. I have a narrowing in the... fuck it. Here, let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, like that's probably good. It's hard to tell. I think it's like right in this area, but let me try a different one. There we go. That's a good one. Yeah, so see these right here? The spinal cord goes down in the middle, and these yellow things are the actual nerves that come out the sides and sort of run your arms and your fingers and all that shit. Okay? But the openings for me got small because of arthritis, and they're pinching the nerves that go out, the nerve roots. See the yellow right there? That's what it says, nerve root. Okay? Does that make any sense? Now they're called foramens. I think it's spelled like that. Yeah. Like this hole at the bottom of your head right there is called a foramen magnum. That's probably pronounced different, but that's how I always called it. Foramen, maybe. Hey, thanks, Cairo. Okay, I'll let her know. Yeah. So like right there, probably. See? There it is. Foramen invertebra right there. So it comes out right there, but this opening's got really squished. And there's the spinal cord. Anyways. It's probably really boring. Thanks, Chrissy Paradis. Look at. Uh-oh, what am I supposed to be looking at? Oh, you couldn't see it? Oh. Oh, shit, sorry. You guys couldn't see any of that whole time. Yeah, what an idiot. Oh, shit. I finally looked over. I just kind of glanced every once in a while. Yeah, like right there. That was what I was showing right there. Yeah, see there it is. Irritated nerve roots. They come right out the side right there. Mine come out right down here. And see how there's an opening there? Like that's the spinal cord. And then they come out the side and they control your fingers and all these different things. So, sorry about that. I guess you couldn't see anything. Oh, shit. Oh, God. It's ridiculous. Yeah, man, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to. I just thought you guys would want to call in. You can call in and tell your true crime story if you want. I was going to try to hang in there for 2 hours. We're at an hour and 14 minutes. That's funny. If you guys could see me right now, I can't even do it. Yeah, I want some relief. I just want some shots and steroids injected in there. Because these steroids would actually make it where it was before. It would remove all the inflammation. And then the cortisone would take away the pain while the inflammation's going down. And then I think it would feel better. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things, Katie, where you just say to yourself, the misery, it's worth it. Because I actually, to be honest with you, I wouldn't choose to live the rest of my life if I knew that this is how I would feel the rest of my life. So that's where I just go, you know what, screw it. Just do the surgery. I don't know why they don't. You know, like I told you guys the other day, what they said was, well, we only do the pain injections for your insurance cover every Friday, on Fridays, but we're booked up until next Friday, so it'll have to be the one after that. So now it's 2 weeks from next Friday. I mean, like, okay, the Friday coming up, it's not that Friday, it's the one after that. I've never heard of anything so stupid. Well, we only do your insurance covers on Fridays. What does that even mean? Yeah, that's what the lady told me. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, where do they come up with something like that? Look at that, Curious Georgia, coming out of nowhere. Hey, thanks. Yeah, you gotta wait 2 weeks to get a freaking. We do? Yeah, we do have some good ones. OHSU's good. Providence. Really, Richard? Is that what made it so you couldn't hear? I know. It would be cool. I was thinking about doing some. Can't you just? I'll say it like Trump was saying with the, putting bleach. Something like that you can put in your body that can just. Yeah, that'd be great. So he never said what people said he said. That's the sad part. One thing that you got to admit, everybody, it is good that like the 401ks that people have built up are back to almost the same level they were before. So something was done correctly here, that we didn't get wiped out of our 401k plans, because it's definitely not going to be coming back underneath Biden. Hey, no problem, Jessica Schubach. Yeah, only Fridays from my cover. And it's weird because it's, Providence. It's kind of a big hospital. Are you guys that far behind? How far behind are you guys? You guys, I don't think I have rewind set up. Do you need something, Just Trent? Thank you, Crystal, A.K.A. Beaver Gaming, sub, Crystal. The longest name in YouTube history. Oh, I didn't think I was in slow mode. I thought I turned that off. I'm just hoping for a day where I wake up and go, okay, it's a little better. Well, you guys are kicking ass. We're keeping our pace. Do I have it set like that? Oh, slow mode, you mean for typing. I get what you're saying. Well, thanks, Juju Positive. My husband says to pay me. Yeah. I do too. It's been a week now. It's hardly any different, if anything. It got worse like 2 days ago, and it's still kind of like. Oh yeah, well slow mode, I do have it on slow mode where you can only type every 15 seconds. But that was because I had it set from those days where we were having 600 people watching. Yeah, we got 317 tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would ever just do a... I don't think a chiropractor can help at all with what I've got. If they did something, one of their manipulations or something, it would just really... It could create some big damage, in my opinion. I could see acupuncture maybe working, you know, because it has something to do with numbing nerves and shit. Yeah, my neck doesn't feel stuck. Yeah, it might be a good time to start there, Robin. I'm just kidding. I actually think it's possible that years ago I used to crack my own neck. Like, you know, you put your hand on your chin and go... I often wonder if that's sort of what started this whole thing at some point. I don't know. I mean, I'm just guessing. Sounds like it's arthritis in my neck, though.
6-3?
Yeah, you're on now, 863. Yep, I have to unmute you first, but there you go.
Oh, thanks. Hi, Gray. This is Christina Tucker.
Hey.
I say a lot of really annoying things, probably. Anyway, I was going to tell you my true crime story.
Oh, yeah?
My husband and I used to, like, lease out a convenience store in Oklahoma City that we ran, and it was, like, in a really nasty part of town, and it's pretty much the red light district. I could give you the address if you want.
Okay, what's that?
It's 4001 Northwest 10th Street in Oklahoma City. It's like on the corner of a little, like, kind of old...
I see it.
Yeah, now it's called something else. But anyway, so all the time, you know, it was in a bad area, and there was, like, strip clubs all around and prostitution and all sort of gnarly things. But people would, like, come in and joke around and say, hey, you know, stick 'em up, you know, it's a robbery. And then, you know, we'd say, oh, ha, 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 so funny, yeah. Because, like, you know, when you see so many people a day, like, it's hard to recognize all of them all the time. And so, yeah, the strip club next, we got robbed one time, but this is not, like, the big...
What did you guys own? What was it? What did you own?
Oh, we didn't own it. We were leasing the convenience store.
Okay, yeah.
And running it at the time.
What year was this?
I think 2011 or 2012.
Well, it looks like it's still a convenience store. Like it's Z&M, Quick
Yeah,
Stop.
it's been shut down for a while. Yeah, the same guy, like, owns it. And he tried leasing it to somebody else, but, like, after all this stuff happened, like, nothing ever worked there again. It was always really dark at night, and there's, like, a bar on one side and then a strip club on the other side, and now I think the strip club is something else. But anyway, so the people that ran the strip club was a husband and wife team that were running it for somebody else that owned it, and the guy that owned it was, like, a teacher, so he couldn't really be involved in that kind of business, so he had this couple run it for him. And the wife would bartend, and the husband would do security. And the husband was, like, really cool guy, but he was, like, really small, but, like, he was, like, super tough, you know, and, like, he would tell, you know, he'd come in and buy, like, a pack of cigarettes and then seldom loose over there and come and talk to us and tell us what's going on and stuff. And he'd been in like prison in Mexico before at one point, and just like had a crazy life. So like he wasn't scared of anybody. He didn't have a gun on him. He would carry this big like it's like a big taser wand thing that it would like, you know, shoot. It was really loud when he you know, shoot it off once around and go crack, crack, crack. Anyway, so one night at the bar, there was some guys there that were like celebrating one of their buddies getting out of jail, I guess. And at one point, while the husband, the security guard, was over at our store, somebody saw him like flash a gun or something, and they threw him out, and he got mad about that and started shooting, and just like indiscriminately in the air. And that would happen like a lot on that street. But anyway, so they called the other bouncers at the bar called Joel, and they were like, stay in the store, don't come out, there's a guy out here with a gun. And he just went right out the door with his taser and was like, hey, you. And the guy turned around and shot him right there in the head, and he died. And it was crazy because it was his wife's birthday that night.
Jesus.
And it was really...
You were there? You actually were right there, huh?
Well, my husband was at the store. I was like on the way over there to come drop off some more cigarettes and stuff. And so I showed up just like after it happened.
So was it was it on the like Shawnee Street, or was it like on the main street?
On 10th Street, just right. He took like 2 steps out of our door right there and got shot. Yeah.
So where these pink doors are, is that where the strip place was?
I'm not looking. I'm talking on my.
Was the strip bar a part of your building, but just kind of off?
Yeah. It was just, we shared a wall. It was just right next door.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we were just on the far corner right there. Yeah.
And there's a restaurant across Shawnee Street. Like a
it was a bar. It was like a dive bar at the time, but maybe it's a restaurant now. Yeah.
Well, still a bar, but you can see this place that says Coco Loco Beer Pool Music Dance. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what.
That's
the strip club.
That was a strip club. It was called something else at the time, but that's it now. Yeah.
Wow. So did they ever catch the guy, or?
Yeah, they did. They caught him. They caught him that night. So the cops came and they cordoned everything off, and our car was inside. Anyway, but so a female officer, the guy ran off, and a female officer ran him down and caught him, and I thought that was so cool.
So he just shot him like immediately right in the head. That's crazy.
Yeah, he ran out there to go like confront the guy with and with his big taser wand deal, and just said, "Hey, you!" And the guy turned around and shot him right in the head.
And what?
It was,
2011.
He was a nice guy.
I'm gonna see if I can just see it.
I think it was probably 2011 or. His name was Joel, but 10th Street has a lot of crazy stuff happen all the time. So you'll probably pull up a whole bunch of articles for, convenience stores. Like we knew of another one up McCarthy, like just in a couple maybe a mile away, and we knew the people that owned this convenience store, and the guy was really rude to customers, and we were just like, oh man, it is just a matter of time till he says the wrong thing to somebody and they just get him. And it was always this one old man, and he would be like, give me money right now, rah, and so the first day that he hired someone else, it was a international student. It was just like a kid. It was like his 3rd day in the U.S. To work there besides him. Like that store got robbed, and I think they took some. It seemed like they meant to just come kill that mean rude old man, and that kid was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because if I recall, I think the people came in on that one. The people came in and was demanding the kid's car keys, and he wouldn't give it to them, and then they shot him, and I think in that one they ran off without the money from the cash register, but maybe they couldn't open it or something. But that was just so sad. And so, yeah, it was always very, hair-raising experience to be in there and have somebody like flip out and threaten to come and shoot up the place because, people would say stupid stuff like that. And somehow, luckily I didn't work the counter that much. I would just like bring merchandise and stuff because I wouldn't know like how to tell from when somebody is like just talking and just being stupid and a person that is like serious that would actually do that stuff. I don't know, but
Wow.
it's a dangerous business.
Spooky.
And that was my story.
Well, it's a good one. It's crazy. Glad you weren't the one that said, "Hey, stop what you're doing." That's crazy. Just instantaneously died for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling in and telling your story.
Great. I hope you feel better. You're doing good, okay?
Okay, yeah, me too. I hope I feel better at some
All
point.
right, thank you. Good night.
You. All right, good night. Bye. Sometimes it's hard to have the same focus, but that story I could focus in on. What are you guys talking about? What's this Just Trent talking about here? Yeah. Oh, and thank you very much up there for the Cold Truth, the cat eye donation. Appreciate it. I don't think that was the caller. That person that called, I don't think that's what their name was. Well, K2 is also a drug. Right? Isn't K2 a drug? I think K9 is a dog, not a K2. K2 is, I thought, was a drug. Yeah. That's right, it's really deadly. Shit. Well, I was reading what Jean said. She said, K2, is that a dog? And I was like, no. Yeah. Resubbing my way through YouTube. I don't know. That looks like a troll name. I'm just going to have to get rid of you. Such a dumb name, Maybe I'll change the coloring of the dark spirits numbers or the light, just so that if you have the black background you can still see them. Make them like green, neon green, something like that. Well, he said to get the K2 out of the pockets. That makes sense. Thanks, if a dead could talk. Well, they told the family that they found bones, and it seems like it's pretty close. It looks like it's within 5 or 10 miles of, you know, Brooks's farm there. I must have rewind set on. People are still talking about K2. No, there isn't any closure, Amy, but yeah, it'd be good to be able to bury her or something like that. No such thing as closure. But anyway, I think I'm going to end the show here pretty soon. My neck's just starting to bother me a little bit extra. Yeah, well, the number's not up. Nobody was calling anyways, so just a few calls. I mean, I could try it. I'll put it up for 5 minutes if somebody calls in. Great. There you go. I do have those salon paws and those lidocaine thing. Seems to work a little bit. I'll get one of those put on here in a minute. I don't know, I haven't had Valium, so I'm sure it might. Yeah, I hope so too, but one time I had this for 3 months. MUNTS. Oh, you know what I wonder? I wonder if I need to put on... Isn't there, like, you can set, instead of top chat, live chat? Maybe that's the problem. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why there was these weird comments coming up from way before. You mean Jim Jones, right? Yeah, today was 99 or something. I don't want to talk to Just Trent, okay? Why do you keep trying to get him to call in? I'm not interested in talking to him. Hey, no problem, Kevin. Anyways, I think I'm going to call it a show here. Alright. But I wanted to come on and say what my thoughts were on the that idiot who faked that she was kidnapped and blamed it on a black person. And that other weird case with the phones left at home and mother, daughter missing with their dogs. And the cars missing. And then the Crystal Rogers update, and we got some calls tonight. Alright. Why are you sobbing, Sassmere? Jesus. Yeah, I'm just going to go lay down for a little bit. Or for the rest of the night. Your mom and Crystal? Do they know each other? But Crystal, I mean, everybody knew that, right? I mean, thank you, Jennifer Cochran Fent. Well, anyways, don't be sad, Sasmir. It's actually, you know, starting to give some answers for people. You should be happy, not sad. Was it a year ago when your mom passed away? About? Seems about like that, doesn't it? Oh, well, thanks, Dadio Caspian Horses Rock. All right, thank you. Thank you to Cairo, Kit Kat, Sarita for the cat eye, Allison R, Randy B, Linda Howell, Emily Flotilla with a cat eye donation, Tracy, Chrissy Paradis, Rochelle Black, Diane Beck, I think, or BK, or Miss Skiss with another cat eye donation, Michelle Nicholas, Kit Kat, Spicy, Bricey, Kim F. Harp, Dadio Caspian Horses Rock, Diane BK again, Dadio Caspian Horses Rock, Miss Angels, Cairo, Booze Love, Zozo, Raven 187, Cairo, Chrissy Paradis, Kit Kat, Zozo, Curious Georgia, Jessica Schubach, Crystal aka Beaver Gaming, Sub, Crystal, Emily Flotilla, Juju Positive, JP, Cold Truth, If the Dead Could Talk, Carol Look at the Flowers, Jennifer Cochran Fent, Emily Flotilla, and Dadio Caspian Horses Rock. Yeah. Okay, everybody. So thank you all so much. I'll try to come on tomorrow if I can. Yes, if I can get enough rest during the day, I can last a little bit longer on this. So hopefully I'll be able to come on tomorrow and feeling a little better somehow. Who knows? Who the hell knows? But thank you guys very much. And make sure that you're wearing your... let's see, where is it? Yeah, wearing your masks, washing your hands, maintain social distancing, everything. Okay? Wearing the mask is probably the number one thing at this point, and washing your hands before you eat or touch your face. Okay? So make sure you're doing that. All right, everybody. So thank you very much. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temple fucking check-ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. Alright, everybody?
Alright, well hey, thanks for the show, Gray. That was cool.
Yeah, Gray, thanks for coming on tonight. Wasn't too bad, wasn't too bad. Okay, good night, Mary Lou.
Good night, John Boy.
Wow, they got through it tonight. We'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long that lasts. Be safe out there.